आज की जय हरि हरि हरि।
Jangan saja mobil terpajulah tua. Habis.
Ram Singh सिंहदेव भगवान की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, निताई गौतमानंदे। For the first time? Okay. Is anyone who came here for the second time? Okay. You're all here coming all the time, look like second time, okay. Hari Bol, let's give a round of applause for her. Hari Bol. Where are you from, Aditi? North Carolina. All the way from North Carolina. We used to have some devotees, they used to come from South Carolina every Sunday. Now they have a Bhakti Riksha there, so they don't come so much. So we have, now going to have a Sunday Hari Katha by His Grace Goparaj prabhu. He will be speaking on prayers, powerful prayers, how powerful is the prayers. Generally, there is a devotee of the Lord who was liberated just by simply praying. I think what that was Apura. Many. But most of them, on the 9 process of bhakti, there is a devotee who just by simply by praying to the Lord, he got liberation. So prayers are very powerful. So we'll be speaking on the prayers, how to pray to the Lord, and how the prayers are so powerful. So class will go on until 5:30, maybe a little more, and then we'll have Damodar Arati. Everybody will get a chance to offer a lamp, and then there will be more kirtan there. I think last one he brought some nice devotees from Canada, from New York, some other places. So they will be doing some kirtan up to 8 o'clock. So you can join the kirtan. But we'll have prasadam. But in the meantime, kirtan will also go on. But those who like to take prasad, you can go and take prasad. And you can come back and sit in the kirtan also. If the weather is permit, we will serve the prasad outside, otherwise we have to do it inside. And then also there will be a mini arati for the Sunday sponsor. We don't have a sponsor for this Sunday. If somebody wants to sponsor, you can come and see me. Okay? So, Goparaj Prabhu is a direct disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Sai Maharaj. He's been serving this temple, community of Atlanta, devotee community for many, many years. How long? Maybe 30 years? From 84. He used to do Pujari Seva, so many other sevas to the temple. He has now 2 grown-up children. So he's doing Grihastha Ashram, following all the rules and regulations. And plus is initiated by the discipline succession, under the discipline succession by His Holiness Jayapataka Sai Maharaj. And he is very learned and erudite scholar on the speaking of Krishna Katha to the devotees. I have seen he was speaking on the Friday. There is nobody, but still he speaks. And it is very powerful. He knows, he quotes Shastra, he knows Shastra. So please hear from him. And let's welcome Goparaj Prabhu by chanting one time Hare Krishna by raising our hand. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada, ki jai. So again, welcome everybody to the weekly Sunday love feast that was started by Srila Prabhupada. During this month of Kartik, Damodar, even more important, significant. Anyway, today's topic, as you see, is the power of Vaisnava prayers. So everybody knows what a prayer is. What is a prayer? What do you do when you pray? What are we talking about here? What happens when you pray? What are you doing? We do it all the time, but what is a prayer? Simple definition. Come on. Don't be bashful. Everybody knows it. Worship. That's a key word, and that's a key meaning. Worship. Another very important meaning, if you look in the dictionary, a prayer you're asking for help. And who are you asking? What dynamic entity are we approaching when you have a prayer? Is it President Joe Biden? You pray to Biden? Come on. So for devotees, yes, of course, it's Krishna, the Supreme Person. That's who we pray to. So prayer then is used just to worship somebody, and in Kali Yuga, quite often, especially outside of the umbrella of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden Sankirtan Yajna, prayer is used. Give me my daily bread. Give me my diamond ring. Give me, give me, give me. And we're looking. So it goes almost without saying that there is some superior personality that can answer these prayers. But very few people think of it like that. It's just like, blah, 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 give me, give me, give me. So we're going to just take a look at the power of what some Vaishnavas say. Before we begin, I and many others are indebted to a great soul who just left this planet a couple days ago. One of the original Atlanta devotees. Charodesha Prabhu. Charodesha ki jai. So we're praying that Krishna keeps him in his devotional service and whatever place he decides to be next. He was a wonderful devotee. I'm sure later you'll be hearing more about these qualities. Balabhadra Prabhu is one of the close associates of Charodeshana. I had some association, but Balabhadra from day one of his career got the association of Charodeshana. And you might have heard this little story before, but it bears repeating because it's not on the mundane level. And that is, you can read this in an interview where Charodeshana explains how the so-called Christmas marathon even began, this massive distribution of books. Nowadays, it's worldwide, this marathon. And devotees do thousands of books. But you have to remember, back in 1976, this was not the case. Just the few temples that had been started in the U.S. Had kind of got together and had a friendly competition between each other to see how many devotees were doing how many books and which temple was on top. So that's how this really got started. And Charodeshana was explaining that one Christmas season, it was decided that they would just go out and see how many books they could get out. So he was known to be up early, practically the earliest devotee in the temple. Get up, chant his rounds, and head to the airport. Initially, he explains it wasn't even legal to go in the airport for books, which, again, as the clock goes around, is no longer a case where it is legal. During my earlier tenure here, I got to see and do exactly what he was talking about. But it became legal after devotees and some other religious people approached the authorities, that you could have a little table in the airport, put your paraphernalia there, and try to ask people if they wanted to give a donation. But when Charodeshana did this wonderful feat, this is 1976, he went out early in the morning and came back, I believe it was after midnight when he finally got back to the temple. But on that day, he himself distributed a little bit over 200 hardbound books. The big Krishna book, the Bhagavad Gita. He distributed 200 books. In 1976, no one else had done this, or even really come that close. So the news immediately spread to Srila Prabhupada that a devotee in Atlanta in one day has distributed 200 of your big books. And Srila Prabhupada reciprocated by saying, it is simply wonderful that Charodeshana has distributed 200 big books. Charodeshana Prabhu ki jai! So that's just a little history. We'll get more as the time goes on. So now we'll get into some of this aspect of Vaisnava prayers. Starting off with a quote actually from Sutta Goswami. Remember, Sutta Goswami is actually narrating also Srimad Bhagavatam. If one fasts and observes the Kartik Vrata according to the rules and regulations, the Yamadutas, the messengers of Yamaraj, run away from him, just as an elephant runs away by seeing a lion. This dear fast, or vrata, of Lord Vishnu is even better than performing 100 great sacrifices that would take him to heaven, because the person who observes the Kartik Vrata goes to the spiritual world. Amazing statement. So in the Western world, this is particularly important because in the Western world, those who practice some religion, their main goal is to get to heaven, get to the heavenly planets. Here we're talking about something far beyond that. The heavenly planets, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are still located in this material realm. You might have so many wonderful opportunities. And occasionally we hear of such opulent service of the Lord, but it still has to be completed. And still, at the end of those 10,000, 60,000 earth years, you still have to leave your body. So this is why Sutta Goswami is making this notation that the aim of Srimad Bhagavatam is not to get us to heaven, but to get us far, far beyond that. And as we were talking about this Kartik month, this is one of the golden opportunities. Because whatever you do devotionally is multiplied. You can't even calculate it. You can get out your calculators and see how high can it go. Pretty soon you'll run out of numbers. If you multiply, I don't know what it is, 10 billion times 10 billion, what calculator can show that figure? But if you multiply 10 billion times 10 billion, it's insignificant in devotional service. One drop of devotion can save you from a precarious death. What to speak of ongoing devotional service. Actually, the topic is going to be from the prayers we've been chanting the past month. Thank you, Prabhu. This verse number 4 by Satyavati Muni, it's a wonderful prayer, and we see how the Vaisnavas actually go way beyond. Varam deva moksham namoksharimba Nachayam Rineham Varesharapiha Idam Deva Purnata Gopalavalam Sadame Manasya Virastam Kimanyai. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours, as Balagopal in Vrindavan, may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? So, this is a real Vaishnava prayer. We can see it's a prayer because it's worship. And we can see he's not actually petitioning the Lord for but one thing. So it's not a supplication like you might have in some other religion. Supplication basically means you're asking for help. You're asking this superior authority for some help, some benediction. But here we see Satyavatra. He is asking only that if he gets anything, he wants to see this divine form, this amazing Balagopal and Vrindavan. So we know Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. And if you get to see him, actually, so you're going to be in Vrindavan. So will you want anything else? Answer is no. I'm jumping ahead. The answer is no. You won't want anything. If you really get to Vrindavan, and you really get to be with Krishna, and you have some sort of, whatever it is, Lord Brahma doesn't care if he's a blade of grass. It's some service he can do. Try to protect Krishna's feet. But whatever it is, if you're there, that is the sunam bonum. Even as he mentions here, Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is beyond the heavenly planets. Vaikuntha is eternal. Vaikuntha, one definition Srila Prabhupada gave is without anxiety. Vaikuntha means without anxiety. So if you go there, you're not going to have any more anxiety. What gives us anxiety in this world? Everybody knows it. Birth, death, old age, disease. Birth, death, old age, disease. That gives us anxiety. Sometimes you might feel secure because your bank balance says $17,592,000. I didn't take that from my account. My account is $17. But whatever your bank balance, it's not going to get rid of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Not going to do it. So you're going to have some anxiety. How to keep that 17 million? There are criminals always on the internet trying to steal your passwords. There are people in the streets with guns trying to steal whatever you have out there. So always this anxiety. But here, back to Vaikuntha, where it's eternal. This is the spiritual world with Lord Vishnu. And ironically enough, he's not praying for that. That would be enough for many people. No more birth and death, eternal service to Lord Vishnu. That would be enough. How many would take that offer? You got a few hands. Sorry, my hand is not included in that. I'm not trying to trick you, but as we see in this prayer, he's not asking for Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha would be enough. Don't listen to my nonsense. I'm not trying to denigrate Vaikuntha and reaching the Vaikuntha Loka, because it's eternal. There are descriptions in the Srimad Bhagavatam that amaze me. I've seen some of the descriptions there. If you read some of Jiva Goswami's further elucidations on Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll see the type of devotees that live there is so amazing. But even in the Bhagavatam, there's a description that the residents of Vaikuntha are a combination of monsoon clouds and a reddish type of hue, reddish hue. In other words, their bodies are beyond beauty, what we know as beauty. This is just the color of their body. And their only service, as mentioned in the Bhagavatam, is they fly in transcendental planes to different programs to please Lord Vishnu. So there's nothing wrong with raising your hand to get this. But what am I holding back? Who knows what I'm holding back? Well, let's continue. You'll see eventually here. This is a prayer from Srimad Bhagavatam. The personified Vedas make this prayer. I'm just giving the English equivalent to text number 14. The Shrutis said, "Victory, victory to you, O unconquerable one. By your very nature, you are perfectly full of all opulences. Therefore, please defeat the eternal power of illusion, who assumes control over the modes of nature to create difficulties for the conditioned souls. O you who awaken all the energies of the moving and non-moving embodied beings, sometimes the Vedas can recognize you as you sport with your material and spiritual potencies." Amazing prayer. These personified Vedas are personalities. It's not like, in one sense, we kind of think of the Vedas as just writing or books. It's way beyond that. There's a personality actually behind each Veda. But here's a comment from one of the main acharyas. Srila Prabhupada quotes him very often, and this quote comes in the Bhagavatam. Jaya Jayi Chitta Jaya Aga Jangam Vrittim Ajam Apanita Mishra Gunam Nahi Bhagavatam Rite Prabhavan Yami Nigama Gita Guna Navakta Tava. All glories to you, O unconquerable one. Please defeat the influence of your eternal Maya, who covers all moving and non-moving creatures and who rules over the modes of illusion. Without your influence, all these Vedic mantras would be powerless to sing of you as the ocean of transcendental qualities. So if I could compose a prayer like that, I don't think I would even be here. This is a prayer. We can adopt such a prayer because it's beyond anything mundane. It's recognizing who the Supreme is, who gives everything, and our current position. That is, we're in the material world and we're covered by illusion. And that's what we need to get rid of, this illusion. Because if we don't have any real illusion, then we know what should be done and what should not be done, and we will do it. Another comment by Srila Sridhar Swami. Because all the Vedas describe your transcendental qualities, all thoughtful persons are attracted to hearing and chanting about your all-auspicious qualities. Thus, by remembering your lotus feet, they are freed from material distresses. So, a very interesting approach. This is how we can approach the Supreme. We pray, in other words, we're praying to Krishna just to allow us to remember Him. Because if we don't remember Him, what are we going to be thinking about? Who are we going to be remembering? Maybe who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl? Or maybe I really did like that pink sari I saw. Maybe I can afford to get that. Or who's going to pay my electric bill? That's coming up. So many things we can be thinking about outside of Krishna. Some of them very necessary. And you can't stop the power of thinking. But if we voluntarily engage our thinking and our speaking in this type of supplementation, this type of prayer, Krishna, allow me to remember your auspicious qualities, then we won't be defeated. Then we come out of illusion. The personified Vedas continue. My Lord, some fortunate souls have gotten relief from the fatigue of material life by diving into the vast nectar ocean of your pastimes, which you enact when you manifest your personal forms to propagate the unfathomable science of the self. These rare souls, indifferent even to liberation, renounce the happiness of home and family because of their association with devotees, who are like flocks of swans enjoying at the lotus of your feet. So, in Sanskrit, this is it's a combination of prose and regular conversation. Prose and poetry. And it gives such a unique insight. We see that Satyavata Muni has inherited this quality. Because this is the way his prayers are going. These rare souls, indifferent even to liberation. So what was he praying for? He's praying simply to remember Balagopal and Vrindavan. He's not praying for anything else. This is the mood we have to take up. So, as Mother Gita mentioned last week, you have to read these books. You have to read these prayers. You can spend time trying to remember these prayers. We don't even have to, in the Kali Yuga, sit and compose something wonderful and beautiful to Krishna. Because many of us were not endowed with that type of intellectual sophistication where we can actually master Sanskrit to compose like that. What to speak, even master English, even master Bengali, Hindu. Do we have any Hindu masters of language in the room? Because I don't want to, we got one. Nice. I myself would be totally lost in trying to compose something adequate in Hindi. But if one has that ability, one can again engage that in Krishna's service. That's the key. That if you engage it in Krishna's service, then it's something useful. Otherwise, if you spend time engaging wonderful prayers, and there are many even English so-called authors, writers that have composed many beautiful things, but it's not on the transcendental level. It won't get you out of this material world. So if you can quote Shakespeare verbatim, this play that was so famous, even to this very day, people still perform it, Hamlet. If you can quote this type of poetry, even verbatim, what's the use? What to speak? Can you compose something so nice? So back to the point I'm trying to make, Srila Prabhupada has given us the essence of all poetry and prose right here. If we simply engage in, take one verse, one shloka, and it can change our lives. This focuses on two very famous personalities that we're celebrating this very season. Nalakuvar and Mani Griva. This is a prayer from the 10th canto, spoken by these two brothers. Krishna Krishna Mahayogim Twamada Purusha Para Vyakta Yaktam Idam Vishyatvam Rupam Te Brahmana Vidu. O Lord Krishna, your opulent mysticism is inconceivable. You are the supreme, original person, the cause of all causes, immediate and remote, and you are beyond this material creation. Learned Brahmanas know, on the basis of the Vedic statement, Sarvam Kalo Idam Brahma, that you are everything, and that this cosmic manifestation, in its gross and subtle form aspects, is your form. Wonderful prayer by these two servants when they were liberated finally. So it's been mentioned prior who these two brothers were and how they came to be cursed by Narada. And how ultimately, as we see, Bala Gopal here has dragged this grinding mortar between these two trees and liberated these two souls. They give one other nice prayer, which we will try to recite here. Vani gunanu katane sarvano katayam hastocha karmasu manastava padayorna smrityaya shirastava nivasa jagat praname dristi satam darshanestu bhavat tanunam. Henceforward, may all our words describe your pastimes. May our ears engage in oral reception of your glories. May our hands, legs, and other senses engage in actions pleasing to you. And may our minds always think of your lotus feet. May our heads offer our obeisances to everything within this world, because all things are also your different forms. And may our eyes see the forms of Vaisnavas, who are non-different from you. So, you could hang this on your refrigerator. You could hang it on your wall somewhere What a prayer to meditate on and remember. This is a real prayer that is describing something about the Supreme Krishna and how we should also follow suit if we want to be engaged in Krishna's service. In other words, utilizing everything in the service of Krishna. That way, we can achieve something even greater than liberation, and that is eternal life in Vaikuntha. But these two great souls, Manigriva and Nalaguvar, they go on to actually give a very deep insight into Krishna's pastimes, because they continue in the pastimes. The Bhagavatam itself doesn't go too much in depth into that. But fortunately, Jiva Goswami has given us the Gopal Champu, which elaborately describes how these two twin devotees continue in service to Krishna. And that is in their next bodily form. They have the bodies of two beautiful young boys. And they have been given the ability of divine poetical expression. And they were brought to the courthouse of Nanda Maharaj. And they begin to narrate to Nanda Maharaj the earlier pastimes of what Krishna and Balaram were doing. And so, having once heard them, every day Nanda, Mother Yashoda, and all the assembled Vaishnavas of Vrindavan would gather at the house of Nanda Maharaj and listen to these two boys describing sometimes things that had just happened or things that were about to happen, and give Nanda and Yashoda and all the Vaishnavas such pleasure. What to speak, actually giving pleasure to Radha and Krishna, who are performing these pastimes. So I recommend, if anyone has the time, to definitely read the Gopal Champu by Jiva Goswami, who was commissioned by Lord Chaitanya to revive and give all this knowledge for the Kali Yuga. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. Another great soul, Prahlad Maharaj, wonderful prayers. Again, this comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we all need to focus more on Srimad Bhagavatam. Tatropaya sahasrinam ayam bhagavato dita yarishware bhagavati yatayar agnyajasa rati. Of the different processes recommended for disentanglement from material life, the one personally explained and accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be considered all perfect. That process is the performance of duties by which love for the Supreme Lord develops. What an amazing verse. We can never say that I'm lost in this world and I don't know what to do. Because, as Prahlad is saying here, there are many processes, many ways you can find to get out of your entangled condition. But here, what is he referring to? That process recommended by the Supreme Himself. So there's nothing beyond that. And what does Krishna recommend? We're hearing what Krishna recommends, because Krishna is the author of the Vedas. He's the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. He's the background for any of this happening. So this process Prahlad is recommending is the highest. This is how we can develop love for Godhead, love for Krishna, love for that Supreme Being. As we mentioned, Friday, we're talking a bit about what is love. How can you have love? Love itself doesn't exist separately. Like here's a bucket of love. Can't have love separately. Love is a combination. What is the combination of? A reciprocation between at least two entities. So you can't say, as we used to iterate a lot in the so-called hippie days, I always refer to the hippie days, the hippie era, God is love. That sounds like a lofty concept. God is love. It's all love. So where is it? Well, God is love, man. Don't you understand? God is just love. It's just peace, love. How can, again, another word, peace. How can you have just peace without it being in reference to someone in some way? You can't just have peace. Give me peace. Well, who are you? And what do you want peace from? Give me love. Well, what do you want to love? In other words, it's much deeper than that. So love is this reciprocation. And back to this point, Prahlad is recommending how we can develop love. Because you can't have love for somebody that you've never seen. You can try. Like somebody in Alaska. Anybody here from Alaska? No. So I can tell you, I have a good friend in Alaska, and I want you to love that person. Start writing your checks. I don't see anybody taking out the checks and giving anything, because it's nonsense. It's just me stating something. So to say you love someone, to say yes, even if you're so bold to say, yes, I love God. And I'm going to ask, where is he? Where does he reside? How many checks have you written for him? What have you given him? What does he want? What is he like? What does he do every day? Anybody have an idea? You do things every day. But God is just hanging around somewhere waiting for to hear a prayer. Oh yeah, I'll answer that. Yeah, right. No. God has so many activities we can't fathom them. We get a glimpse when you study the Ashtakaliya Leela given by the stalwarts, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. Those eightfold daily pastimes, which they give like a synopsis, what to speak. You can't describe even a couple of minutes of what it's like to be with Krishna. Because Krishna is not on material time. So if I say describe 5 minutes of what you do in the morning, you can do that, right? Most people could give some little description. But what if those 5 minutes were not like minutes we know in this world? What is he talking about? Has he lost his mind? No, I hope not. Still hanging on to it. No, because spiritual time is simply for Krishna's pleasure. So what we know as a week, a month, a year, has no significance in the spiritual world. Because it's not counted like that. So when Krishna has any particular pastime with his devotees, he's still having it. It's still going on. It's not like the time is up, but oh, you got to stop this and go to something else. It's as long as Krishna wants to enjoy. And this is what Krishna's devotees are concerned with. Not that, 5:20, we got to go here. Are you going to tell Krishna that? No. Because Krishna's pastimes are eternal. So we don't know what eternality actually is on that level. But if we want to learn to love Krishna, then we have to learn to see what Krishna wants. What makes him love us. Again, Prahlad Maharaj speaks. O most powerful, insurmountable Lord, who are kind to the fallen souls. I have been put into the association of demons as a result of my activities. And therefore I am very much afraid of my condition of life within this material world. When will that moment come when you will call me to the shelter of your lotus feet, which are the ultimate goal for liberation from conditional life? So Prahlad is giving us the secret again. What is he really asking from Lord Nrsingadev? Just shelter at his lotus feet. Why? Because life in this world is too precarious. Anything can happen at any moment. We don't know what will happen. And it's very dangerous. That quote Srila Prabhupada reiterates many places, badam, badam, yad vi badam. But there's danger at every step. Danger at every step. You could go out and your intention is to go over to the park and play with your balloons or whatever, you know. And a car comes along and boom. Didn't expect it, didn't think so, but it can happen. This is what Prahlad is indicating. That's just a tiny example. That this world is not a safe place. And he's indicating his own situation, but we each have our own situation too. He says he was put into the association of demons as a result of his activities. So we're put in our particular body as a result of our activities. It's not like we just accidentally happen to be born to our parents, wherever they're from, and we just requested to go there. No one can say, that I know, that you requested the parents and the place where you would go. Does anyone here have done that? Maybe it's possible. Request, I want to be born such and such place, as a male or female, such and such time. We don't request. Because once we get in a body, particularly a human body, you don't want to leave it. It's like so nice. I feel great, you know. I'm on top of the world, as they say. You don't want to leave it. We don't want to talk about leaving it. But we have to leave it. This is what Prahlad is talking about. This is why that fear is there. It's actually healthy to have a fear of death. Because if you fear death, then you want to do the proper thing. And we're learning what is the proper thing. But another Vaisnava, the greatest Vaisnava, Lord Shiva. Namasta asisam isha manave karanat mane namo dharmaya brihate krishnaya kunta medase Purushaya Puranaya Sakya Yogeshwaraya Cha. My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benedictions, the oldest and supreme enjoyer amongst all enjoyers. You are the master of all the worlds, metaphysical philosophy. For you are the supreme cause of all causes. Lord Krishna, you are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you. Again, what a prayer. What a supplication. What a meditation. Lord Shiva is showing us so much about the Supreme, how we can really meditate. And He's giving us so much. It's not like it's some vague, nebulous thing. He's indicating Krishna is the topmost of all bestowers of benedictions. So He is the Supreme Being. You can pray to others. There are other demigods. They can give you many nice things. Even Lord Shiva has a reputation for giving great benedictions, and some of them backfire. We know the past times. Who was the devotee that asked for the benediction to have his touch be able to explode anyone's head? What happened with that benediction? It almost backfired. He wanted to use it on Lord Shiva himself. So this is the nature of material benedictions, that they backfire, even on the givers. But Krishna is the topmost giver of benedictions. He is the master of all philosophy. Some may be surprised when we find out that even the so-called negative philosophy comes from Krishna. The distorted philosophy. How do we get that? Because there have been propounders of distorted truth. But Krishna says he gives all the Vedas, and from the Vedas this distortion can arise. Others will propound something that is not accurate. So Lord Shiva, again, teaching us how to pray and what that prayer should be like. Because Krishna, who has, as he says, a brain that can't be checked. Our brain can be checked. Our brain is limited. Even up to the great, great souls, their capacity is limited. Even the four-headed Brahma, which literally we can't really imagine. Lord Brahma in this universe, he has 4 heads. We can't imagine the brain power he has. The things he can do to create things in this material world. You can try to imagine, but you can't. The only glimpse is through Srimad Bhagavatam. Or another glimpse through the Brahma Samhita. Then you can get some idea of what Lord Brahma's actual capacity is. What to speak, Lord Shiva, his understanding. Ya imam shradayo yukto madgatim bhagavat stavam aryano durat radyam harim aradaya yasho. Although rendering devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worshiping him are very difficult, if one vibrates or simply reads this stotra, this prayer, composed and sung by me, he will very easily be able to invoke the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Does it get any easier? What we're saying, all you got to do is pick up Srimad Bhagavatam. And this particular chapter, really important. Of course, all of them are really important. But this chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. Imagine. He's giving us the way to Krishna. He's not giving us some benediction that anybody's head we touch will explode. He's giving us the way to Krishna. We want to learn how to worship Krishna. What does he say? It's very difficult. Very difficult. Especially if you're not 24/7 in the temple. Very difficult. But what does he say? If one vibrates or simply reads this prayer, composed and sung by me, he will very easily be able to invoke the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Don't you want the easy way? Easy way, raise your hand. Yes, this is Kali Yuga. 2 hands, we want it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. That's how to invoke that mercy, by repeating this Maha Mantra. Lord Brahma, another soul whom we just mentioned, but Lord Brahma prays, my dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. O son of the king of the cowherds, your transcendental body is dark blue like a new cloud. Your garment is brilliant like lightning, and the beauty of your face is enhanced by your gunja earrings and the peacock feather on your head. Wearing garlands of various forest flowers and leaves, and equipped with a herding stick, a buffalo horn, and a flute, you stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand. How wonderful is this Bala Gopala Vrindavan. How wonderful. Here's a little snapshot through the mercy of a wonderful painter. Little snapshot of Krishna with that morsel. But this is what Krishna does. This is he enjoys. If we look at this picture, this four-headed Brahma, of course we know there's millions of Brahmas, some of them with thousands and thousands of heads. But we won't go there now because we don't want our head to explode. We have Kali Yuga head. So, but here Lord Brahma is in supplication. He's praying. He realizes his era. His era was just actually wanting a glimpse to see what if this really was the Supreme Being, as they were saying, and what is he doing? He wasn't privy to all these things happening in Vrindavan. What is he doing? And yet, Krishna mercifully gave him a glimpse. Cow herd boys and friends. Naturally, he's afraid. Naturally, he's going to be on the ground. His helmet's touching Krishna's lotus feet because he's made an error. But he's also capable of giving us some understanding through his what? Prayer. Through his supplication. In the Brahma Samhita, you've heard this verse perhaps many times. Advaitam Achyuto Govindam Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure, unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, who is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. We just get to see that person. If you look at this altar, all you can see is the beauty of blooming youth from all these deities. That's all you can see. The beauty of Krishna's blooming youth. The Prajaris are so fortunate that they get to assist Krishna in this dressing, and you can see that Krishna is pleased because of the way he looks, with the beauty of blooming youth. One other prayer from Brahma Samhita. Yastvendra gopam atavindra mahosva karma banhan durupam palabhajam anantaroti karman nimidati kintu chapakti bhajam govindam purusham tamaham bhajami. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who burns up to their roots all fruitive activities of those who are imbued with devotion, and impartially ordains for each the due enjoyment of the fruits of one's activities, of all those who walk on the path of work in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works, no less in the case of the tiny insect that bears the name of Indragopa than in that of Indra, king of the Devas. Indragopa is a tiny little red spider, almost microscopic, just a tiny little spider. So why is he in that little body? It's from the chain of his previously performed works. Why is Lord Brahma in his body? Chain of previously performed works. Lord Indra, and so on. So we all are involved in this karmic reaction. and that gives us our particular situation. But this book, along with all the other Vedas we're reading, is the opportunity to curtail this activity and return once again to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This prayer coming from Queen Kunti. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Those who continuously hear and chant and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. So how important are these prayers? This final prayer by Queen Kunti. O Lord of Madhu, the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance. Let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you without being diverted to anyone else. That kind of summarizes what we're discussing here. That our prayers should definitely be focused on returning to Krishna, to that Supreme Personality. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Incidentally, the only prayer you need, what to speak of all the others in Srimad Bhagavatam. But if we seriously take this prayer, everything is there. Why? Because Krishna is everything. It's not just words on a screen. It's not just words printed in a book. It's not just words at all. Krishna is not a word. Krishna is Krishna. Of course, in Kali Yuga, we need the benefit of this visible appearance. Srila Prabhupada ki jai!
So let us thank Goparaj Prabhu for a wonderful class by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Chitta Prabhu just hand over me a paper that there is no Sunday feast sponsor today. Anyone wants to sponsor Sunday feast today? What's your name? Can you come forward, please? What's your good name, Matri? Namita. So, can you come and do the mini arati and then we'll announce more about you. So, then we'll also have a Damodar Ashtakam now. So, ladies on the right side, men on the left side, you can line up and do Damodar Arati to the Lord. And then after the Damodar Arati, Kirtan will go on. Then we'll have it for 10 minutes, we'll take a break and we'll have more announcement. And then after that again the Kirtan is going to go on. We have some devotees, special devotees came from New York, also from Canada. We have Keshava, Keshava Prabhu from New York. So he's going to read Damodar Ashtakam and Kirtan. He's a very good Kirtaniya. He goes to Europe and many places to do Kirtan. So let's give a round of applause for this devotee. Swami Types of seva that you can do. Out of that, one of the service there, sadhu seva, bhakta seva. Generally people go to Vrindavan and they do bhandara. They do sponsored Sunday feast. Let us pray for this wonderful family by chanting Hare Krishna one time by raising our hand. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mrs. Khanna and Mr. Khanna, they are actually coming a long time to the temple. They've been serving. Radha Madan, Jagannath brothers were in Gauritai. So, this is a very beautiful book. It's written by Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. In the Damodar month, it's Damodar month. So all the glories of Damodar Leela is there. So if you want to get this book, you can come to the book table outside and you can get a book. It's a very nice, beautiful pastimes for Lord Damodar. What you're supposed to do in the month of Kartik and the month of Damodar. It's all written here and very beautiful pastime elaborately given by His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam. He also referred from many Puranas, from many Vedas, how these Damodar pastimes is so auspicious in the month of Kartik. I was just hearing this lecture this morning that the month of Kartik is given, referred to Srimati Radharani actually, Damodar month. Because she's the daughter, Srimati Radharani is the daughter of Kritida. So that's why this month of Damodar or Kartik is very dear to Srimati Radharani. So whatever service you do to Srimati Radharani or Krishna in the month of Kartik, you get 1,000 times more benefit than any other month or any other time. So that's why the devotees of Krishna, they go to Vrindavan, they go to many places and they do a special broth in the month of Kartik. They fast. I know there are some of the devotees, they are fasting from all kinds of rich foodness. They are not eating any rich food, they are just simply taking boiled food for one whole month. Or some of them they are just drinking water or just fruits. So our temple, On 26th, whoever is doing this brother or especially Vaisnava Panchak, we're going to have a special prasadam for them. You can come and break your fast in the temple in the night. It will be in the night because you have to see the moon and then do your achman, then you break your fast. So that's how we're going to set up this. And anyone who's fasting, you're most welcome to join this feast program. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we have few announcements. On the 23rd November, third day, Uttan Ekadashi. So on that Ekadashi, we're going to have a nice kirtan. The kirtan starts from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So there are many devotees, especially the youth of Iskcon Atlanta or at temple community. They will be coming here and do kirtan every Ekadashi. You can come and join us. You can have prasadam and sit in the kirtan. So this is very nice way to observe Ekadashi. I know there are some devotees also fasting. So generally we recommend devotees to fast from grains and beans. So on Ekadashi day, we request devotees to, or especially those who want to follow Ekadashi, best way to follow Ekadashi is fasting from grains and beans. Some people they take, like puri or chapati on Ekadashi. But do not take those because you cannot follow Ekadashi with chapati or puris or bread. So do not take those things. And then on the same day is also Gaur Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj Disappearance Day. There are pictures in the altar. So after Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur picture, that is Gaur Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj picture. So that is his disappearance day. So that will have a small celebration during the daytime. So if you have free time, please come. We'll have Pushpanjali Arati and also we'll offer some prayers. Then that is also the first day of Vaisnava Panchak begins. So Vaisnava Panchak is 5 days. Then in those 5 days, if you cannot follow the whole Damodar month or Chaturmas, if you follow these 5 days of Vaisnava Panchak, then you can get the whole result of Chaturmas or Damodar month. So it begins first day of, that's on 23rd actually, 23rd. And then that is also day of Thanksgiving. So temple will have kirtan and arati and prasad. So please come. And then on the 26th November, Sunday is the last day of Kartik. It's the last day of Kartik. So temple will have Sunday feast and also along with that, those devotees have fasted for the whole month or for 5 days. You can join that night program. There will be a small program in the night up to 8 o'clock. You can join that also. And then on the 22nd of December is Gita Jayanti. Gita Jayanti Mahotsav ki, or we call it Advent of Bhagavad Gita, appearance day of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago to his dear devotee Arjuna. Not only for Arjuna, but it's all for the whole human society, for the whole universe. He spoke Bhagavad Gita. So now this Gita Jayanti Iskcon has a very special way to celebrate. Prabhupada has showed us how to celebrate Gita Jayanti by distributing massive books, Srila Prabhupada books. So all over the world, devotees, they go out and they distribute books. Even the leaders, sannyasis, GBCs, just normal devotees, they all go out and distribute books on the street in their respective country. So we request devotees that if you have a time, please take some books. We are all open. You can come to the temple and collect books from us. I will give you books and you can go and distribute. Or you can sponsor a case of Bhagavad Gita. Generally last year we had 108 cases of Bhagavad Gitas were distributed from the temple. So if you cannot distribute, you can give those books to us and we'll distribute on behalf of you. And if you can take it and give it to somebody, your friends or family, that's welcome. You can do that also. Or sometimes you can give it to the hotels. They will keep Bhagavad Gita just like they keep Bible. I know there are many hotels that our devotees operating, they have Bhagavad Gitas in every room. So the people come, they may read Bhagavad Gita, they don't know. Somebody may read one sloka, one translation and one purport, they can become a devotee. Their whole life will change. There are many stories how this book has changed the life of many, many thousands of people around the world. So Srila Prabhupada's books are very powerful, and all over the world, all our GBC members, international GBC body, they're stressing that this year we double the book distribution all over the world. So we're requesting devotees, please come join us for the book distribution. And if you have more, if you cannot do it, you can sponsor a case. We have a lot of cases of Bhagavad Gita. It just came, I think, 2 days ago. You can get a collect from the temple and you can get a case. It's only $150 for the case of Bhagavad Gita. You can come and see me, or you can see Shiki Maiti Prabhu. So these are the few announcements that we had. Any other announcement you missing? Okay. So prasadam will be served outside. You can come and see the deities, but the kirtan will go on because we don't want to interrupt the kirtan. So kirtan, those who want to take prasad, you can come back, and you can come back after the prasad and join the kirtan again. So we have Keshava, Ajami Prabhu, and then we have youth. What's your name? Vasudev. They all came from, I think Govinda. They all came from New York. They had just a very nice kirtan program in one of the devotees' house in Loganville, yeah? I think Lawrence. So that devotee, they did a very beautiful kirtan there. So hopefully they will come for the kirtan festival for the December. We are going to have a kirtan festival. So we're going to continue the kirtan. But those who want to take prasad, you can go outside and take prasad. But you can come back and join. But I can take the mercy of the Jagiri on the Pujari. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে 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 গোবিন্দ রাধে
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna বাচ্চাদের নিয়ে ভালোই হয়ে গেল। খুব ভালো। রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে গোবিন্দ রাধে 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 রাধে বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের চূড়া বামে হেলে বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের চূড়া বামে হেলে বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের চূড়া বামে হেলে সারি বলে সত্য মুদ্রা তোর পাবে বলে সারি বলে সত্য মুদ্রা তোর পাবে বলে সারি বলে সত্য মুদ্রা রাধা চরণ পাবে বলে চরণ পাবে বলে তোরা তাইতে হেলে তোরা তাইতে হেলে তোরা তাইতে হেলে তোরা তাইতে হেলে বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের কদম তলায় থানা বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের কদম তলায় থানা বলে আমার কৃষ্ণের কদম তলায় থানা বলে সত্য মুদ্রা বলে আনা তোনা সারি বলে সত্য মুদ্রা বলে আনা তোনা বলে চেতনা জানা বলে চেতনা জানা বলে চেতনা জানা বৃন্দাবন ঘন দেবকী নন্দন মাধব মনমোহনা মাধব মনমোহনা নন্দ গোকুন্দ শ্রীরাধা মুকুন্দ অরবিন্দ নয়না মুকুন্দ শ্রীরাধা গোবিন্দ অরবিন্দ নয়না এত সুন্দর শ্রী বৃন্দাবন ঘন দেবকী নন্দন মাধব অনমোহন নন্দ মুকুন্দ শ্রীরাধে গোবিন্দ অরবিন্দ নয় অরণ্য লোটাস বাংলা 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 আসুননি Kalau tiada, kalau tiada, Vrindavan Ghana Devaki Nanda Madhava Manohara Nanda Mukunda Sirade Govinda Sirade Govinda Arvindo Nayana Madhava মাধব রাধে গোবিন্দ অরবিন্দ দয়না জয় মাধব জয় ধন্যবাদ ধন্যবাদ খুব ধন্যবাদ তোমরা বসে বললে তো কীর্তন রইল না
महाराज की सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबू जी महाराज की
তো পারে তো
দারুণ মিটন বলো দেখে
আরে পয়সা দিয়ে শেখাচ্ছিল
মাথা খারাপ করে দিয়েছে কি বিরাট
মাথা খারাপ করে দিচ্ছে সব মাথা খারাপ করে দিল বাচ্চারা এরপরে নেক্সট ইয়ার আর্মি করবে সব ভাইয়া কথা
এই আপনাদের প্রোগ্রাম কবে প্রোগ্রাম কবে বুধবারে
ওই ইয়ের বাড়ি আমি জানি না